Good evening, gentlemen. Casa de Mold at your service, and trust me, if you're thinking about visit up a cigar factory on your next trip in Dominican Republic, you need to watch this first. We're about to break down everything, and I mean everything, you need to know to make sure your trip is legendary, not a total disaster. We're talking about finding the real deal, not some tourist trap, booking your tour like a pro so there are no surprises, and just making the whole experience smooth and stress-free. So grab your notepad, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. If you want to see how a real, authentic Dominican cigar is made from start to finish, there's only one place to be: Santiago de los Caballeros. Forget those little tourist shops you see in other parts of the DR. Those are cool and all, but they ain't the real deal. In Santiago, you're talking about the full shebang: fermentation, sorting, rolling, aging, quality control, the whole 9 yards. You'll see master rollers handcrafting these things with skills passed down through generations. It's an art form, people, and Santiago is where it's at. Most people visiting the Dominican Republic end up in Punta Cana, right? Beautiful beaches, resorts, the whole package. But guess what? Punta Cana is a solid 6-hour drive from Santiago. 6 hours! That's like a whole day trip just to get there and back. So if you're serious about this cigar factory pilgrimage, you've got to plan ahead. Either spend a few days in Santiago itself, or maybe check out places like Puerto Plata, Sosua, Cabarete. They're only about an hour away. Santo Domingo, the capital, is a bit further, like 2 hours, but still doable. Point is, don't expect to just hop in a taxi from your beach chair and be rolling cigars in an hour. It takes commitment, people. Okay, so you're committed. You're making the trip to Santiago. Now let's talk logistics. Cigar factories, they ain't open 24/7, all right? We're talking Monday to Friday. And even then, they usually close up shop around 4 p.m. Fridays can be even shorter, so don't bank on a late tour. And forget about holidays. If it's a public holiday, the whole place is shut down. They're serious about their downtime, and honestly, who can blame them? Making cigars is hard work. Booking your tour. Prepare for anything. Here's the thing about real cigar factories. Their priority is making cigars, not giving tours. Some of them are cool with visitors, but don't expect some slick online booking system or a dedicated customer service team. You might have to make some calls, send some emails, and be prepared to be patient. Not all factories even offer tours. Some are private, some just don't have the bandwidth. And even if you do manage to snag a spot, be prepared for things to change. They might have a big order come in, a machine might break down, who knows? Point is, flexibility is key. 3 ways to plan your cigar adventure. Okay, so you're probably thinking, Casa de Mold, this sounds like a headache. And you know what? You're not wrong. But hey, that's part of the adventure, right? But seriously, if you want to make this whole thing easier on yourself, I got you. Here are 3 ways to plan your cigar factory pilgrimage. Option 1, for the true adventurers out there, just book a trip to Santiago, spend a few days soaking up the vibes, hit up some local cigar lounges, chat with the locals, see if you can make some connections. You might not get into the biggest factories this way, but hey, it's all about the experience, right? Option 2, for a more curated experience, check out Elixir Experiences. They're an event company that does these awesome cigar factory tours, but they also throw in all these cool extras: coffee tastings, whiskey tastings, the whole 9 yards. They usually require a group of at least 10 people, but they can hook you up with some sweet hotel discounts. Option 3, for the ultimate stress-free experience, hit up Boca to Boca. These guys are the real deal. They specialize in cigar tours, and they handle everything: transportation, hotels, even post-tour activities like hitting up the best cigar lounges and restaurants. Plus, they can arrange everything in whatever language you need, which is clutch because most factory guides only speak Spanish. Level up, visiting a tobacco farm. All right, so you want to take your cigar game to the next level. We're talking about visiting a real working tobacco farm. Now, this is where things get really interesting, but also really tricky. First of all, tobacco farms, they operate on their own schedule, right? There are specific seasons for planting, harvesting, all that good stuff. So you've got to time your trip just right. Second, you usually need a group to visit a farm. They're not really set up for individual tourists just showing up. And third, the logistics can be a bit of a nightmare. These farms are often in pretty remote areas, so you're talking about transportation, maybe even overnight stays. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you're really serious about seeing the entire process, from seed to cigar, it's an experience you'll never forget. My advice? Hit up Boca to Boca. They might be able to hook you up with a group tour during the right season. Light up your trip plan ahead, so there you have it, folks. The inside scoop on experiencing the real Dominican cigar industry. Remember, this isn't some tourist trap souvenir shop we're talking about. This is the real deal, and it takes a little effort to get it right. Choose the option that works best for you, whether you're a go-with-the-flow adventurer or you like everything planned out, and start planning your trip. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Until next time, keep those cigars lit and those adventures rolling.